The largest city in South America, Sao Paulo sits on the Piratininga Plateau, and is surrounded by rivers that fan out into the interior. Almost from its founding in 1554, Sao Paulo became the gateway to the Sertão, Brazil's backcountry, and explorers known as bandeirantes made expeditions from the city into this region. Today's main highways to interior cities still follow the routes of the bandeirantes. Immigrants from all over the world have always been a part of Sao Paulo, and you'll still see the influence of Portuguese, Spanish, German, African, Jewish, Arab, and Japanese residents on its life and culture. There is an entire museum devoted to Japanese immigration, for example, and another to the contributions of Africans in Brazil. Here are the top 10 attractions of Sao Paulo. Number 1, Sao Paulo Museum. The Sao Paulo Museum of Art, known locally as MASP, only opened in 1968 but has the most representative and comprehensive collection of Western art in Latin America. You'll see works by Impressionists and modern masters, Renoir, Van Gogh, Matisse, Manet, Debret, Picasso, Miro, along with 73 works of bronze sculpture by Degas alone. Although it reaches back to the Renaissance artists, this is one of the first art museums on the continent to focus on artists of the mid-20th century, and later, as well as on contemporary artists in Brazil, including Portinari and Cavalcanti. Its outstanding collections put it in the league with the Tate Modern, MoMA, and the Centre Pompidou. Number 2, Museo do Fute Museum. In this football, soccer, mad country, a city like Sao Paulo would be bereft if it didn't have a museum dedicated to the beautiful game. This fantastic museum provides insight and information on the game, and how it occupies a special place in the heart of all Brazilians. Spread out over 6,000 square meters and 15 galleries are interactive exhibits that are engaging and entertaining. Each gallery focuses on different aspects of the game and the development of sport in Brazil. Jumbo screens mounted on the walls showing famous plays, games, and happenings almost induce a feeling of sensory overload. Other galleries have hundreds of framed photos and other treasured memorabilia. Number 3, Ibirapuera Park. Ibirapuera Park was laid out by landscape architect Roberto Burla Marx, with buildings designed by Oscar Niemeyer. The immense green space with its monuments, museums, playgrounds, gardens, trails, lakes, and performance spaces is a leisure paradise for the people of Sao Paulo, as well as a showcase of modern architecture and culture. The park is immensely popular, with over 14 million people visiting each year. Commemorating the pioneers from Sao Paulo who opened up Brazil's interior, the Bondeiros Monument is a magnificent work by Brazilian sculptor Victor Bricaret, with imposing heroic figures. An obelisk commemorates those who died in 1932 in the struggle for a new constitution. Number 4, Avenida Paulista. Avenida Paulista is Sao Paulo's center of activity, full of things to do and a favorite destination for both tourists and locals. This is an ideal spot for people watching from one of the numerous sidewalk cafes. The area is home to many shops, theaters, galleries and museums, including the Sao Paulo Museum of Art, MASP. Nearby and within walking distance are parks, like Parque Trianon, which provides a foliage-dense oasis right in the city center. Number 5, Independence Park. In Sao Paulo's Ipiranga district, traversed by the stream alongside which the independence of Brazil arts, paintings and furniture of the imperial period. Number 6, the Neogothic Cathedral. The Neogothic Cathedral was built on the site of an earlier cathedral, and took from 1913 to 1967 to complete. Its building was interrupted by 2 world wars, which made it difficult to get the mosaics and other decorative elements from Italy. It was consecrated in 1954, on the 400th anniversary of the foundation of Sao Paulo. On the facade are statues of Old Testament prophets and Christ's disciples. Although the rest of the church is neo-Gothic, it is capped by a Renaissance-style dome. The interior has several interesting features, including the 10,000 pipe organ and stained glass windows picturing the history of Catholicism in Brazil. Be sure to notice the capitals on the columns, carved to represent Brazilian flora, branches of coffee and pineapples, and fauna, including armadillos. Number 7, Municipal Theatre. Architect Ramos do Azevedo modeled Sao Paulo's Municipal Theatre after the Paris Opera, drawing on an eclectic mixture of Art Nouveau and Italian Renaissance themes. Almost immediately after its completion in 1911, it became a major city attraction. This status was enhanced in 1922, when it was the venue for a landmark event that revolutionized the arts in Brazil. Number 8, Beco do Batman. If you find yourself in the Vila Madalena neighborhood, Beco do Batman is a wild and colorful spot located between Gonçalo Afonso Street and Madeiros do Albuquerque Street. Since the 1980s, spray paint artists have been showcasing their innovative work on the walls. The artwork is continually changing, and the creative murals make for colorful photos. There is even a good chance you'll see an artist or two at work when you visit. Number 9, the Benedictine Monastery. The Benedictine Monastery and its church were founded in the late 16th century, but the current church dates only from 1910-22. Don't discount it for its modern origin or its rather austere exterior, as the interior is richly painted and includes 17th century statues of Street Benedict and Street Scholastica carved by Agostinho de Jesus. A number of other notable Benedictine artists contributed to the decoration of the monastery. Also notable are some impressive stained glass, an image of the Virgin in a robe set with pearls, and a crucifix dating to 1777. This is an active brotherhood, and the monks accompany the morning mass with Gregorian chants. Number 10, Art Gallery Museum. This museum is the oldest in Sao Paulo, opened in 1905 to showcase the works of Brazilian artists. Its 10,000 works of art include drawings, paintings, and sculpture from the 1800s through the present. Housed in the restored Liceu do Artes e Ofícios building, the architecture itself is a reason to visit. Part of the collection is housed in the museum's second location at Pinhais-de-São, where visitors will find a memorial to the Sao Paulo resistance, an extensive library of historic documents related to Brazil's political struggles, and many more examples of Brazilian art. Thanks for watching.